Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Bitcoin report for the 26th of April. Starting with the daily chart here for Bitcoin. Not a lot of change. We've been looking at the move down through here as an impulse wave, and that means we would be looking for an ABC pattern here for wave B and then down for wave C to finish this wave 4 off here. Now, today, for some strange reason, I don't really want to start my platform again because I've got too much open, but I'm just having trouble getting to some of my charts on the intraday. So for some reason the data's not loading, so as you can see here, so I'm just going to have to use the charts that are displaying. So I think that's really just the 15-minute chart and the tick chart, so that should be okay to get us through this video. But in a nutshell, just rehashing this from the top here down to the bottom here, I'm looking for 5 waves, and then we're looking for an ABC pattern that can pull back up to the 50-60% retracement level, so the 56,000 roughly, and then down again. So if I go to the 15-minute chart, which is kind of good really, because this is where I had my sort of favorite count, if you will. So from the top here, been looking down as wave 1 and 2 here, and then the blue wave 2 all the way down to the blue wave 3 down the bottom down here, and that would have 5 waves in it. The third wave would have 5 waves in it, and also too, because the extension's in the third wave, that means that wave 1 here and wave 5 will be kind of roughly the same a little bit, so smallish anyway. So wave 2 here, so we've got wave 1 and 2 here and 3 here, and last time we spoke we were looking for an A, B, C, D, E here for this, for wave 4, and then down for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for wave 5 of wave 3, and then we were looking for wave 4. So I think wave 4 here, interestingly enough, is actually smaller than the previous wave 4 here. So that's not normally the case. It's normally the other way around. But once again, to this here, we can have a look at this on the tick chart, can also count as an A, B, C, D, and E wave here for this. That would leave us with this completed at this point here. If I've made a mistake with this, then it would be here, and then we'll have one more move to the downside here to finish that off, and then looking for the rally at that point. Otherwise, we'll just kind of continue to sort of rally from this point here for this. But as far as I can see, is I think that this 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is pretty close to being finished at this point, and then we can look for that rally. And of course, the rally would be looking at this block here as the resistance there. That would be where the supply is at that point. So yeah, and an ABC pattern here for this. Now, you know, could I have this wrong at this point? You know, when do we go back? You know, can I count this down as being not the A wave but an ABC pattern? And we did look at that on the tick chart here, and I'll need to get some more data in. So this is just 100 ticks. In this case here, there is a case for looking at it as an ABC down for the A wave, the B wave, the C wave here, the triangle in wave B, which would make this triangle bigger and be in the right spot for wave B here, and then looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 down here for this to finish off here for this. Yeah, I looked at counting this down through here. I'm just stuck with one extra wave, because when I count it from here, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here. So I got 5 waves to this point, but I got this extra wave here. So I'm just wondering, that's why I'm wondering if I'm going to get from here, one more move down, but we're above the 38.2%, so we'll probably drift higher from this point, but yeah, we'd need to look at this as wave 1 here and 2 here, then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. This looks corrective here, so it looks like we'll float up higher here for this. So yeah, I can see that this has got to go higher, so even from here we'd be looking at something like this here, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to here, and it would still leave this 1 and 2 here. So we'd come back here again for that, and then have 1 up there, and then have an ABC pattern for this, and then move up higher. So really what I'm trying to look for here is the first impulse wave to the move to the upside. We're looking for 5 waves up, and we don't have that yet, so it can't be confirmed that we've got a change in trend. If I could have counted, and I can count this here as 5 waves here, and this is a nice 3rd wave here and a 4th and 5th here, but I'm still left with 1 extra wave up here for this, so 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 here, so I'm still left with 1 more, so that bothers me. But the rest of this counts quite nicely as an A, B, C, D, E here for this. So look, we've probably got the low in here. It's just that I can't confirm it in this trend, and I can't confirm it in this trend here either. So certainly the safe trade would be at looking for support on top of the 50 here, the major trading level 5. So looking for support there would be the right thing to do on the long side at that point. So can it be counted down like this? Yeah, it could do. You know, how would that compare to ETH? Well, with ETH here, a little bit tricky once again, but what we've got here is that we've got this move down through here that's in 3 waves. We know that this move up here is in 3 waves, in A, B, C here. So we know that this whole move here is corrective at this point. Yes, and it has taken the top out here. It could be a running flat, or it could be an expanded flat. An expanded flat will take the low out here. Now, I do have 5 waves coming down from this top here. So it is possible to look at that as as completed there. So that count that we have for Bitcoin being completed, that would suit this market if that, you know, if that low was, you know, we could put that in play there for that. But that's a bit of a long shot really, because yeah, because it took the top out here, it kind of leaves it as an expanded flat. So it's also possible to look at this in terms of wave 1 here and 2 here and 3, 4 and 5 down here for wave C. So that's also possible as well. But if this top here gets taken out, then that's not going to be the case at that point. So if I can just go into the hourly chart here. So looking at this as wave B up here, we can look at this as wave 1, ABC for 2 here, and 3, 4, and 5 coming down here for that. That if that top there gets breached at this point, then we would have to look at this a little bit differently at this stage. We would have to, because this is in 5 waves here, then we've got this correction here. So if we move up from this point, it looks like we're going to be working in groups of 3. So 3 down here, 3 up here. I mean, as a regular flat or expanded flat, having 5 here, that would finish that off, and that would be nice, and that's the end of it. And we can look to move up at that point. But we may have to start looking at this here as a W X and a Y here for this. So basically this move here still needs to play out, but basically as an A wave, some sort of B wave that will take us higher, and a C wave coming down here for this as a WXY here. So it gets a little bit more complicated at this particular point. So I'm not really sure how to count this, to be honest. So we just need to, if Bitcoin is going to rally, then obviously this market's going to rally as well. Having this as wave C here is possible, but it doesn't really give me a nice impulse wave off the low here for this. That's my problem with this. Sure, I can count 5 waves up here. I can fit that in. That's not a problem. So we could look at it to the upside, but I'll just give it a little bit more time here for ETH here. But we should expect a bounce because of the Bitcoin here. So just rehashing the Bitcoin here, it is possible to have it as an A wave here, a B wave here, and a C wave down here, and be finished here. But it's probably more likely to have all of this down here as the A wave for this. So coming back to, we can get the daily chart here, can't we? So yeah, so coming back to something like this here, I think is pretty much the go. But I think it's okay for traders more so, and hodlers to get some here at this point here. But on the 50,000 as support, that would be helpful for traders trying to get from 50,000 to 55,000. So there's a $5,000 sort of run in there. You'll have to be a little bit careful, because if it is corrective, then we're going to see overlapping wave structures. So that's going to put your stops in jeopardy as well for this. So just to recap all of this, I think that the low is in play here for wave A. We've seen pretty simple sort of corrections before, so it may be possible that we've got the A, the B, and the C wave in here, as I mentioned before, and we could just go straight up from here. So we need to be mindful of that. So the first step in that process would be securing a position above the 50,000 as support. So just coming into the 100 ticks here again for this. Here we're quite a way off getting that's pushed up nicely. Yeah, whereas I don't have 5 waves up here. I think I'm going to get 5 waves, but I don't know. And if that's the case, then you can go long above the B wave here, or just draw a line through here. So if you see this move up here somewhere and then crash back down and find support here and then make another move up, then you know that you're going to have 5 waves at that point, okay? Oops, 3s here. 4, 5, A, B, C at that point. Move that over there, don't need that. And that will be the 5 little waves here for wave 3 here, which is looking good. Sure, it could just be an A, B, C up there. It can be an A wave here, a B wave here, and then 5 waves here for wave C. But it looks a little bit small for wave A, and wave C is quite big. Because normally in a corrective move, wave A and C will have some sort of equality to them, and that's far from equality. So I think we're looking at something like this. So yeah, on here you'd be looking for that classic trading levels pattern sitting on here. So just be something like this here. You just got to ask yourself, is that, is it support? Just use the first highs above the level, because once you got those in play here, then any move up from those, it means that it's checked demand, it's got support, and it's moving off from that point. So yeah, look at something like that. That's it, guys. Yeah, I think that we've got the I think it is just the A wave coming down here, because I've seen other markets that that appear, other cryptos that appear to have an impulse wave down through here for this. So I think that we are in a rally, but at the same time, you know, we're traders, so we need to put on our trading hat, and getting support back on the 50 here and seeing an impulse wave up here would create the long positions. How far we get is another story, and how we manage that is something that we'll just be talking about on the way up, I guess. Yeah, so I'll leave it at that for the time being. Cheers.